Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the gun range. Today we're down here taking a look at a Savage Model 93 R17. And I tell you what, I've only had this gun down here for about 15 minutes and it's already got a coating of pollen on it. The pollen is just thick in the air today. So if I sound a little bit funny to you, or if I start sneezing, that's what that's all about. This pollen is just killer. Before we look at the rifle, we'll look at the cartridge it's chambered in. That's the 17 HMR. Now, the 17 HMR is a Magnum rimfire cartridge developed almost 20 years ago now by Hornady. The HMR in 17 HMR actually stands for Hornady Magnum Rimfire. Hornady necked down the 22 Magnum or 22 WMR case so that it would accept 17 caliber bullets. It made for a really flat shooting, fast moving little projectile, and it became really popular with varmint hunters and for pest control and things like that, and even small game hunters. Of course, with small game like squirrel and rabbits, you really have to be careful and only take headshots, because that little 17 caliber projectile will really blow up and fragment as soon as it makes contact. So, and we saw that in the ballistics gel, in the ballistics gel video that I posted last week. So you don't want to destroy all the meat if you're hunting small game. This would be a headshot only cartridge for me anyway. So the first thing I wanted to do with this rifle is take it out to the back side of the shooting range here and shoot some 100-yard groups with it. Now, I got one group on video. My group's probably averaged a little over an inch. I did a little better than that with the group that I got on camera. So I did this about 3 days ago, but we'll go ahead and roll in the footage now and let you take a look at that. All right, got them all in the bullseye here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots right there together. And if I put a tape on that, it looks like from center to center of the outside 2 shots there comes to about 3/4 of an inch. So you're looking at 3/4 of an inch, 5 shots at 100 yards. So we're definitely shooting sub MOA. For me, for my shooting off of a bipod, man, I'll take that all day long. I'm happy with that. Okay, so as you can see, this rifle with that ammo is plenty accurate enough to get out and shoot small game or varmints or shoot pests or whatever it is that you're out there doing. Plenty accurate enough. And Savage is known for that. They make really accurate barrels and actions for low cost in most cases. Now, this scope that came on this rifle, this was a package gun. It came out of the box ready to shoot. This scope is a Weaver scope. It's a 339 by 40 millimeter, 339 power by 40 millimeter objective scope, and it's got fairly heavy crosshairs. So if you were just strictly target shooting, you want to put a scope on here that had a finer crosshair so you could really tighten in those groups. But this bolder crosshair that's in this is just fine for hunting. Again, as you can see, the groups I was able to shoot with it, even with that bold crosshair, plenty accurate for anything I can think of that you would likely be doing with a rifle like this. Now, I did mention that this ammo expands this bullet, I should say, expands very fast. I shot some ballistics gel with this round out of this same gun. It's been maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or 2 weeks ago. I'll roll that footage in now. Looks like a good hit. Go check it out. The entry hole is right there. And look at this. Now that is some crazy expansion. You can see the pieces of the jacket. Even the tip broke up. And there's the base of the bullet. But look at that explosion, the energy dump. So we got about 6.5 inches of total penetration with the 17 HMR Hornady VMAX. Okay, I'll go over some of the features of this rifle, but just keep in mind this thing is available in a ton of different configurations. In fact, I went to Savage's website just before I started this video, and they have this thing listed in no less than 22 different models. The 93 R17 is listed in 22 different variations, I should say. And this variation is not even on there. The variation that comes as a package gun with the Weaver scope, I didn't even see it listed, so I'm sure there's a lot more variations than that. So whatever I'm saying right now pertains to this particular rifle, but it's got a heavy barrel. You can see it's got a recessed target crown, and it is button rifled with a 1-in-9 twist rate, carbon steel barrel. It is free floated. It's a free floating barrel. Bolt is smooth. It's not the smoothest bolt I've ever worked, but it is smooth. It's not like stiff or catchy or anything like that. It does come with the AccuTrigger. I have not messed with this trigger. Out of the box, it breaks at 2 pounds and just under 3 ounces. It is adjustable. I don't know how far down I could adjust it or how high I could adjust it, but out of the box, it's at 2 pounds, 3 ounces. It does have a plastic trigger guard, plastic butt plate, wood laminated stock with a 13 3/4 inch length of pull, steel box magazine, 5-round magazine. Does have a plastic follower in it, and the mag well and magazine release, all that stuff is steel. Give you a look at the bolt. To remove the bolt, just pull it toward the rear, pull the trigger, and it'll drop right out. So here's a look at the bolt. But that's enough talking. These are pretty simple rifles. There's not a whole lot to cover. To put the bolt back in, push it in to where it stops, pull the trigger, and it'll go right on up in there. Tell you something I do like about this stock. This rifle doesn't come with iron sights, so they actually give you a raised comb here on the stock to help align your eye with the scope while giving you a good cheek weld. So I like that. Got 5 rounds in the magazine. See if I can hit that steel plate there. Oh yeah. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. These are pretty good little rifles. Now, if you do a search and look for problems that people have had with these rifles, you're going to find a few. But for the most part, these are good, solid rifles. I would recommend them, especially if you're looking for something in the price range. My friend Chase picked this one up about 3 weeks ago at Cabela's, and he actually got it for $329. He was able to get them to match a sale that another store was doing, and he ended up getting it like that. But for $329 in 2021 for a full package rifle, you know, I feel like that's a pretty good bargain. Not saying that you'll be able to get out and find one for that price, but I couldn't find the MSRP on this particular model. I found the MSRP for some similar that had a Bushnell scope, but this one came with that Weaver scope. I don't know exactly what the MSRP was on this rifle, so that's why I'm telling you what he paid for it in the store. But that's about all I got today. I always appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk at you again soon.